Hey everybody, this is Nazgo2K1 coming at you with the latest episode of Nerd Rage. Today I wanted to touch on Funcom's new release, Dune Awakening. I have 173 hours played at the time of this video. So yes, I've played it a lot, okay? Probably too much, honestly. And that's a good thing and a bad thing. If you're a reviewer, you see these reviewers are like, yeah, I played this game for 10 hours, and you're just like, bro, did you even play? But on the flip side of that, I played it for 173 hours, and I can already hear somebody typing, oh, well, you played 173 hours, clearly you enjoyed the game. Oh, God, that's a washed opinion. I really wish people would stop saying that. Anyway, let's get into this. Let me give you the too long, didn't read version. That way, if you don't want to sit through the rest of it, you don't have to. Yay! Don't you love reviewers that do that? So let me go ahead and give you the summary now. I 110% do not recommend Dune Awakening at this time. I don't recommend it. And this is not one of those cute little flipsy reviews where I'm at the end of the video, I'm like, I don't recommend it because it'll consume your life and you'll have way too much fun and blah, blah. No, I 110% do not recommend this game. No, it has so much wrong with it. Okay, so let's get into the actual review. All right, you're still here. Fantastic. Yay. All right, so let's get into the actual review. Let's go over the core gameplay loop of Dune Awakening. If you play Conan Exiles, it's the same game with a slightly different skin. They took the sand biome and just made it a whole planet. That's basically what they did. But the laziness didn't stop there. And this is Dune Awakening's first real problem. This is a real issue. And it is not one that I'm pointing out. It's one that has been pointed out thousands of times. Dune Awakening has a copy-paste problem. It has a huge copy-paste problem. There is no content in this game that you will not see in the first 10 hours. I'm 173 hours in. I am seeing the exact same content in the highest tiers of the most difficult portions of the map, and it's exactly identical to exactly what I was seeing when I first loaded the game in. And if you think that's not a problem, God bless you. Because you clearly are a very simple creature. Let me give you an example, okay? There are icons on the mini-map, or in the main map, that denote different activities. If you played any Ubisoft game, you already know what I'm talking about. That people live for fucking map icons. Anyway, you get a couple in Dune Awakening. You get research labs, which looks like a little microscope. You get caves. You get enemy bases. And then, depending on the area, you'll either get mines or like industrial complexes. Every research lab looks the same. Every enemy fort looks the same. Every industrial complex looks the same. Every cave system looks the same. I don't know how I can explain this better, but you're literally playing, it's kind of like you're playing this enemy base. And it's a white building made of bricks with like little weird tents, and all the buildings are collapsed in various places, and there's holes in the roof, and blah, 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 blah. And there's 5 guys in it. We'll get to that. That's coming. There's rubble in the base, there's machines in the base, there's little crates in the base or whatever, you know, supply boxes and things like that, and there's chests that you can loot and all that stuff. Cool. You're like, damn, that was fun. All right, cool. Let's hit this one up way up here in the end game area, because that's gotta be super awesome looking, right? No, it's exactly identical as the one that you just left. It has the same textures, the same designs, the same machines, the same chests, the same enemies, over and over and over again. Every cave is the same textures, the same designs, the same interiors, over and over again. Every research lab, the same interiors, the same designs, damn near the same layouts, over and over again. This whole game is a copy-pasted asset texture flip fucking nightmare. Now let's move on to the enemies, because there's 5 of them. There's your enemies of Dune. That's what you're going to fight, the same 5 things over and over and over again. I swear to you, I'm not kidding here. If you see gameplay of this game of people in combat, just realize that however many hours they've had in the game, they've been fighting those same 5 enemies since the first minute they showed up. The only thing that changes is the texture of the outside of the model and the hit points of the model. The later game ones have slightly more HP, which is nullified because your gear gets better. So it takes the same amount of shots and time to kill them throughout the game from minute 1 to hour 173. It still takes me 2 shots to kill one of the guys because the gear goes the same way. So unless I go in severely under-geared, it feels identical. Now, what do I mean by 5 enemies? Okay, let me run it. It may be 6 depending on your point of view here, so let's run it. You get a guy with a melee weapon. Be it a knife, a sword, a rapier, it's the same freaking mob. It does the same attack. It runs at you, straight at you, as fast as it can, and starts whacking away with whatever melee weapon it has. 1 parry, 1 slow blade, it's gone. Woo, yay, so scary. So that's 1. By the way, in the very early game, in the Haga Basin, when you first start in, I'm almost positive nothing has shields. But once you leave that, everything has shields. Okay, well, all the melee guys have shields. We'll get into it. So, you have your melee guy. And again, he has no variations in his attack patterns. He runs straight at you. He does not turn. He doesn't utilize cover. He doesn't try to go. Nope. Straight at you. Kind of like the dudes with the bombs in their hands in Serious Sam games. Just, as straight at you. If you're a ranged guy, a drill shot takes them out immediately, and you can just forget about them. So that's 1. Then you have number 2, the rifleman. He's the guy that has a rifle, and he'll 99% of the time run straight at you, get 10 feet away from you, and just fire the rifle at you. Sometimes, just sometimes, they'll move to cover. But for the most part, they just stand right out in the open and just shoot you with the rifle. Which they go down, and they have no shields. They never have shields. So it's just a couple bullets, they're gone. Get out of here. That's 2. I'm at 2. Number 3. You have the sniper rifle guy with his weird Aquaman helmet. No shields. But they fire poison darts from long range. As soon as they fire once, you know where they are. It's just bang, and you're like, oh, that was a sniper rifle because there's a big poison cloud on my head and the rifle crack was huge. You hear the sound. They have, that's the other thing too. They all have the exact same sounds. They have the exact same voice lines. They have the exact same voices. They're literally just copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. They have no shields. You literally 1 headshot, they drop, they're done. Number 4, Your heavy weapon guys. Now, there's two of them, okay? But they do the same thing. So I'm counting them as one. You, if you want to get super picky, can count them as two. But I count them as one because they all have the same body texture, they have the same animations, they have the same attacks, they have the same abilities. They are the same. The only difference is one has a machine gun, one has a flamethrower, and neither one of them could hit the broadside of a fucking barn if they were carrying nuclear missiles. The flamethrower guy will literally just walk at you, straight at you, just like every other mob. He just walks right towards you, shooting the flames. All you have to do is outrange him. But they have shields. Ooh, they have shields. Except for when they're firing. Then they don't have shields. So the flamethrower guy who is constantly firing never has shields. Because when he stops firing to reload, he'll get shields. But I've never had one had to stop and reload because they just die in a few headshots. Pack, pack, pack. I literally carry a pistol. And it's like pop, 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 done. Next. Machine gun guy, he couldn't hit the broadside of a barn if he had 6 nuclear missiles and the barn was the size of the United States. Couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. The only time I get one of those that actually hit anything is if it's walked up till it's like this far away from me, and then it'll start plinking shots. But the same thing as the flamethrower, he has no shields. A couple headshots, gone. Goodbye. Next. There's your 4 enemies. That's the game. Now, I said 5 though. So what's 5? Ooh, I did say 5. What's the 5th? That one's divided into, I guess you could say subcategory, and that is the supposed boss mobs. They'll have, almost everyone I've run into so far has a Harkonnen skin of some variation. But they'll have different weapons, but they all do the same thing as, so whatever it's using, it's literally just a stamp here. It'll just have more hit points. That's its only difference. It'll have more hit points. And because it has more hit points than any other mob in that area, I consider it a 5th enemy. But this is it. That's it. 170 hours. This is all you're fighting. A sniper, a rifle, a guy with a machine gun, flamethrower, and some guy with a melee weapon. Subnote, just a heads up, the guy with the melee weapon, if for some reason cannot get into melee with you, and we'll get into that next, he will pull a pistol or an SMG, depending on his tier. If he's low tier, he'll pull a pistol. If he's higher tier, he'll pull an SMG. That's it. 4 mobs. And all they do is change the skin color. It's like a bad Nintendo game from the NES era. You're literally fighting the same thing. They just change the color of the clothes. You know, like the old Streets of Rage games and whatnot. It's like I'm fighting Carl, Bob, and Frank, and they're all the exact same thing. That's Dune Awakening's PvE gameplay. That's it. Now, you could make the argument that the environment and the worm are also considered enemies, except for you don't really fight the environment. I mean, just drink some freaking water and the environment's pointless. And the sandworm, you can't actually fight. The sandworm, you can't fight. I can't pump rockets into that little stupid thing and make it go away. Which is stupid, but I'm not getting into that. So, we now know that the environment is copy-pasted nonsense. We now know that the enemies are copy-pasted nonsense. Let's go on to the rewards for your work. All that exploration, digging out all the cool little corners of the maps and the top tiers of the fortresses and the back rooms and oh wow, I climbed all the way to the top of this rock. It took me half an hour. There's a chest up here. It's incredible. All right, what did Funcom decide is my reward for all my hard work? Same shit you've been getting since level 1 and the chest that was next to the first mob you killed. All the chests are the same. I want to be kidding here, guys. I want to be kidding. You very quickly learn what each chest has. If you go in a cave and see a chest, and by a chest, I mean, a chest. I'm not talking about the containers. We'll get to that in a second. But a chest. The chest will have, in a cave, guaranteed, every time, it will have EMF module. It'll have the what is that? The microfiber plastic something or other. It's basically bandages and an EMF generator. Or it looks like bandages, but they're orange. Okay? They'll have those 2 orange items and some scrap metal. Every chest, every cave, every time. Does not fail. That's what's in it. That's what's in it. Every single one. From the first one you find to the last one you find, all the way to the PvP area. If you find a cave and go in it, guess what's in it? Yeah. Those 2 orange items and some scrap metal. Every chest. Every chest. If you go to enemy bases, it will have, and it'll show you on the map what's there, like a compressor, a light compressor, and a heavy compressor, for example. Every chest will have a light compressor, a heavy compressor, maybe, and then like usually it's like an ore or like a fuel cell. A fuel cell is very common to find in chests. The point being is there's no surprises. There's no like, whoa, I just pulled this really cool item out of this chest. No, it's all the same. It's all the same. You literally are marked on the map. Open chests here, you'll get what you need. Every chest is the same all through the game. Copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. Then you get ammo boxes. Copy, paste. Light ammo, light darts, heavy darts. Copy, paste. Then you get the medical chest, which will either have bandages or a Mark II medical kit. Copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. You'll get a locker, which will have like miscellaneous supplies. Sometimes it'll have ammo. Sometimes it'll have bandages. Copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. The only chests in this game that have any kind of variation whatsoever are the unique chests. Looks like they have a little constellation floating above them. The super chests, as I call them. Those are the only ones that have anything different in them and have any kind of possible variation. Most of them, well, no, that's being generous. A good chunk of them have multiple patterns. That's where you get your unique patterns to make the unique weapons, which are barely worth mentioning over the standard stuff you can make in your base. But they are uniques. So obviously they have cool looks and cool skins, right? No. This is the copy pasta game. You're just looking at it. I have the house drill shot, house burst drill shot or something like that it's called. It fires 2 rounds of 2 bullets. And the regular drill shot looks like a double barrel shotgun. So you're thinking to yourself, okay, this is going to be a 4-barrel shotgun, right? I mean, come on. 2 bursts of 2 bullets. Or it's going to be like a rifle or something like that. You know what I mean? Something that holds 4 rounds. Nope, double barrel shotgun. What the fuck? Reloads at 2. Reloads, click, click. Ejects 2 shells, goes click, click, reloads. Same reload animation. And I'm just going, bruh. Because when you fire it, it fires 2 distinct shells. Twice. And you're just sitting there looking at it going, why? Now, are there unique locations? Yes. Yes, please. The regular environment, there are unique locations. I am speaking strictly in terms of construction, aesthetic, design, not layout. There are now there are locations that have duplicate layouts. It's very easy to find them. I'm not going to nitpick. It's already 20 minutes into this video and I ain't even halfway through the shit that's ugh. But they all look the same. There's no other variety in the game. There's nothing. So when you walk into a new location, you already know what's there. You know before you even walk into it. You know what it's going to look like. You know what the mobs are going to be in it. You know what the layout's going to be like. You know what the chests are going to contain. You know what the unique chest is going to contain because it respawns every 45 minutes. And at most, there's 2 patterns that can cycle. There's a common drop and a rare drop. So if you just go back every 45 minutes, you can get both patterns pretty easily. There's no contesting these chests. Each person gets their own chest. So if me, my wife, and my 2 sons are all playing together, each one of us gets to loot that last boss chest every 45 minutes. One of us is going to get the pattern that we want. And then we just trade the pattern. It's not even bind on pickup or anything like that. You could trade the pattern. So there's no stress. There's no challenge. Unless you're by yourself and under-geared, there's no challenge in this game at all. Let's get into the story. The big story mode they hyped up. Oh, it's going to be this huge, sprawling, expensive story campaign that will draw you in. And I was comatose 15 minutes in. The first chapter is so unbelievably poorly written and executed. I am amazed it made it out of Q&A. It is nonsensical word salad nonstop. They're just throwing in random words they picked up in a Dune wiki somewhere just to make themselves sound smart. It is ridiculous word salad. There's no reason for it. It's like, oh, the suffering of the Hazan bin Sobar and the do we fuck you and how has made the taco burrito party mix. And I'm sitting here going, couldn't you just say we suffered on this planet and it really sucked? What's with the word salad? Why are you forcing this crap? Stop it. And it just drags on and on and on. And you're just tired of it till when you finally get to the last trial of chapter 1. You are so grateful that it's over. And you no longer have to listen to this crap. Because once you're done with it, they never mention it again. They never mention it again. None of it gets mentioned again. From the beginning, when you create your character, you get this little cutscene where the chick from the movie, which I don't care to even remember her name or why she exists or anything about her, because the movies put me to sleep every time I try to watch them. I mean, I'm out, gone, goodbye. Runs up and is all like, oh, you must find the Fremen. Find the Fremen. Brah, find the Fremen. And you're like, okay. Why? They never tell you. They never tell you. They literally never tell you. It's like your mom running up to you and yelling, go to the store. And you're like, oh, okay. So you go to the store and then you realize, why am I at the store? Oh, you're supposed to figure it out. What? What? You'd think that would be like the first question bro would be asking after they're told to find the Fremen. Why? To give them a package? Am I an Amazon delivery driver? What are we doing here? So you spend the whole game trying to find the Fremen, and you're just sitting there going, why do I care? There are ships going off-world. Just go. Just get, hey, yeah, I found them. I'll see y'all later. Gone. Done. Problem solved. Hey, we're done. Woohoo! Nope. No. No, it gets weaker it gets even worse as it goes on. It's just bad. Once you get to chapter 2, it supposedly gets much, much better because they dump. Apparently a different group did chapter 2 and they looked at chapter 1 and went, Jesus Christ, this is horrible. We gotta fucking do something. So they actually step it up and play the freaking game. Get to chapter 2, you'll have a little bit of fun. You're still going to be fighting the same 5 mobs, just an FYI. First mission of chapter 2, you know, you go through it and then you fight the same 5 mobs. And that's when I realized I don't want to see the rest of the story because I'm tired of fighting the same 5 mobs. I don't care what the rest of the story is because it's going to be the same 5 mobs. They show this big bad guy. Guess what he is? He's just a reskinned heavy boss mob. Woohoo! Don't care. Don't give a shit. Who cares? They have pictures in the load screens of different things wearing still suits. None of which are in the game. None of it. None of it's in the game. The only thing that's in the game is 5 human fucking mobs and a sandworm, and they ran with it. There's no robots. There's no wildlife. There's no creature. Nothing. There is nothing. 5 human mobs. Same chests, same designs, same layouts. It's Dune, so all the biomes are just desert. Different kinds of desert. It's like here's desert with rocks, here's desert with little stones, here's desert with some extra desert, and then like here's some desert with some plants. You know, what? It's the fucking desert. There's shit that lives in the desert. Just ask Australia. They'll tell you. There's plenty that lives in the fucking desert. You're gonna tell me there's nothing else on Arrakis? Nothing? Nothing at all? Fine. What about all the other planets in the Empire? You're going to tell me that there's no robots? Oh, I'm sorry. I believe the Dune universe called them thinking machines. There are robots. Where are they? The enemy AI in this game is so bad that all you have to do is stand on a box or a roof. Nothing can touch you. The enemies will literally cluster underneath you and just stand there reiterating the same like 3 sentences. Your water is mine. Bah! And just stand. They'll just stand there. They won't move. They make no attempt to get to you. They make no attempt to climb to you. They make no attempt to jump to you. Nothing. They just stand there. The melee guys are just like, I guess we'll pull a pistol, but we can't shoot him. You know how many times I've won combats just by standing up on a roof and dropping a grenade? Seriously, that's how stupid this AI is. You can stand on a roof and drop a grenade. Every 30 seconds, or whatever the refresh time is, like 15, 20 seconds, or whatever, it's just drop a grenade. Or drop, the best thing to do is drop a gravity bomb and then throw that cluster bomb and then drop a grenade, because then it lines them all up. Now they're all floating and then boom, boom. And then soon, a couple times, you'll only have the shield guys left, and then you could just drop down, drill shot, jump back up, wait, oh, they're dead, drop down, drill shot. So even if you do get a challenging encounter, you can just cheese the hell out of it. Now, I've pretty much covered the entire game in 28 minutes. I think I did pretty good. That's the whole game, guys. I'm sorry. That's it. That's all there is. That's it. I mean, I'm at 173 hours, and my gameplay loop is now log in, realize I have to farm X, Y, or Z, sigh heavily because I have to farm X, Y, and Z, go farm X, Y, and Z, come back to my base, realize I don't have enough water to process X, Y, and Z, so now I have to go out and farm water. So then I go out and farm water, and then I come back and I process what I need to process that I just grabbed from X, Y, and Z. And I process it all. I'm like, yay, okay, now I can make A, which was what I was trying to make the whole time. Oh, well, unfortunately for you, you used all your water processing X, Y, and Z, so you can't process A now. You have to go out and farm more water. So I go out and farm more water, and I bring it back, and then I refine A, and I can finally make my stuff. And it's like, oh, now I have to go get particle capacitors, because even though I have like 10,000 calibrated Servox, I only have 12 particle capacitors. Ugh. So I go out and I farm particle capacitors. And I come back and I'm like, okay, I'm finally ready. And they're like, yay, congratulations, you've made one of 8 pieces of your assault ornithopter. Go get started on the second one, do it all over again. And I just don't want to do it anymore. I have an assault ornithopter. There's no reason to have it. I just built it as a personal challenge. My wife and kids also play the game. We all play together as a family. If you have an issue with that, you can eat a sack of Richards. But the only reason I say that is because I've had people like, oh my God, you play with your family? What's wrong with you? Dude, you don't play with your family? What the fuck is wrong with you? Anyway. Sorry. Wild tear. My bad. But that's the only reason I made the Assault Thropter. But 10 minutes after riding it, everyone was just sitting there like, can I just go get my Thropter instead? It's more fun to be the pilot. And you're like, yeah, exactly. It's more fun to be the pilot. We never touched the PvP area. We never went to the deep desert. We never went to it. We have no interest in rocket spam nonsense. The whole deep desert as a concept, from the bottom all the way to the top, is cooked. It's just cooked. It's bad. It's a badly designed, badly implemented, badly thought out process. It's like, oh, the only way you can get there is to fly. But when you get there, you're on the ground and your Thropter is far away from you. You got to run to it. Oh, by the way, all the desert has the worm in it, so you can't take any ground vehicles at all. You can only move in the Thropter, and it's fucking hundreds of miles of just empty desert, so you can't bike because every piece of sand has the worm. There's no terrain to hop to like you can in the normal game. It's just big empty desert. So they took out all the ground vehicles, they took out all the shields, they took out all of the transportation options except the Thropter, and then are literally putting out patch notes going, we just can't figure out why Ornithopter rocket spam is such a big problem in our PvP endgame. And I'm going, are you people serious? Are you joking? Or is this one of those, I'm having a funny, really? So we skipped it. We just said, no, we're not even going to waste our time with it. It's not worth the effort. Boy, that made the PvPers mad, I'll tell you that much. As soon as those nerfs hit, Jesus, y'all started crying. We didn't care. We were having a blast down the PvE area until we started noticing that we were doing the same thing 173 hours later. So, for Dune Awakening, as I said in the beginning, I don't recommend it. And if I would recommend it to someone, it would be play it until you get tired of seeing the same shit. Now, maybe you never will. Maybe you never will. Maybe you're one of those people that just doesn't care. Mobile phone gamer, maybe. I don't know. You just like pushing one button and waiting an hour. That's pretty much Dune. It's the same thing over and over again. And it just doesn't hold my interest anymore. Now, am I on here raging about how I want my money back? I'm an angry PvPer. I can't Thropter spam unaware newbies anymore. No. I played this game for 173 hours. I enjoyed my time. I enjoyed the time I spent with my wife. I enjoyed the time I spent with my, 20 and 15-year-old sons, getting together on Discord and laughing it up and having a good time. I had fun with that. But this game is not going to last. It's not. I'm sorry, it's not. Unless Funcom has this huge content drop coming very soon, and a huge content drop as far as enemy variety goes, this game is going nowhere except 90% off on Steam. Sorry. Anyway, that's 35 minutes. I'm good. I think I've said everything that needs to be said. If you have any questions, feel free to post them down below in the comments. And of course, you're always welcome to tell me how horribly wrong I am. But before you do, you better make sure I didn't cover it in this video. Otherwise, I'm going to roast you like I do everybody else. This is Nazgul 2K1 signing off.